Hey everyone, I'm John Bifolchi, Research Manager at SpecialEurasia and the Housing Unit Director. Today, I would like to introduce you to some housing tools to monitor Iran. As you know, Iran now is the epicenter of the tensions because of the ongoing conflict in the Middle East between the USA, Israel, and Iran. Even though there was an attempt to sign a truce, a ceasefire, also there was reached a ceasefire between Iran and the United States, the conflict still goes on. And it is important to monitor the situation. Especially in Eurasia, we always have monitored Iran, and also we have our expert Silvio Boltok, who follow the different open sources and public available information. But today I want to show you some platforms and tools that can be useful. This video is part of our videos that we are recording and producing to introduce people to the world of OSINT. At the beginning of Ukraine of the Middle East conflict, we provide video for OSINT tools to monitor in the Middle East conflict and the Middle East. Then also another video regarding maritime intelligence tools. And now about monitoring Iran. First of all, I want to remind you that open source intelligence is part of the world of intelligence and involves the collection, processing, analysis, and interpretation of publicly available information and data from a wide variety of sources to produce actionable intelligence. Actionable intelligence means to support decision-making process or to support specific strategies. We have different, the sources can be very different. We can be social media, news, public records, commercial databases, websites. And what is important is that we are in the field of legality, and this means that what we are collecting, the sources that we are using, they are not classified, and we are not performing an action which is illegal. So, taking in mind what is open source intelligence, and also taking in mind that collecting a huge amount of information from different sources is just a part of open source intelligence, because then you need to analyze that and to produce the actionable intelligences to answer the intelligence requirements. I want to introduce the first platform, which is in Iran Watch or iHeartWatch.org. You can register to this platform. It's for free. You have just to provide an email and a password. And in this case, you have a live map where after you register, you can just surf and research on the live map. There are mm, different kind of actions that you can perform. You can select also different kind of satellite from the dark, that's in this case to the satellite image. And then if you click on different indicator, you can have a different information. This kind of platform is useful because, as you can see, they try to combine different data, information from open sources, from social media, and in a platform, and they try to geolocalize them. So in this case, you can have also an overview of what is happening and where is happening and when. And this is also important. Apart from IR Watch, we have a run monitoring. I discussed this RAM monitoring also in the previous video regarding four OSINT tools for Middle East intelligence analysis and monitoring. Let's say RAM monitoring, we can say that they have a different solutions, a different tasks that you can perform. As they have, like for instance, the conflict maps, that you can go, you can search, you can find different kind of activities, and you can also monitor a different kind of events and understand where, for instance, there is, in this case, regarding the conflict, there are many strikes or military operations. You can monitor the situation with different open sources. We have, for instance, X accounts. We have some morning briefing generated by artificial intelligence, the latest airlines, and also you can see here a sort of As you can see in this area, you have some update. What is important, you can also go on the live TV, and there are different live TV. Let's say that I'm not against this kind of platform. It's free and you can sign in and have more features. You can also donate to the creators of this platform. We should thank these people because they are providing us a lot of platforms that in the past were just for paid subscription. But we should always be aware regarding the sources because we cannot think that just one platform is enough. So my suggestion is to combine different platforms and also to try to compare what you are finding on one platform to another platform. And then what can you do? You can also corroborate the information that you have with, for instance, Persian sources. I also discuss Parsik, as you can see here, the name in Farsi, Parsik, in the previous video. But I want to stress how it is important because it's important also to collect information from different open sources, also from the country which is targeted in this case. And we are talking about Iran. Of course, then we should be capable to understand if the source and the information is reliable and the information provided can be considered um, can be fully exploited, or we should collaborate with other OSINT validated intelligence. But what is important is that we have this news aggregator in Farsi or Persian language. We have we have here the headlines, and if you don't know Persian or Farsi, what can you do? You can use a simple plugin or translator. You can use artificial intelligence just to discover what what are the main headlines, what are the drivers. But what is important here, we have for instance, the news that are, you can select the different sections. For instance, this is regarding Iran. So all the news regarding Iran, this is regarding the world, Iqtisad is regarding the economy, Jamia regarding the society, and so on. So it's a really news aggregator divided for regarding different sections and different topics. Apart from this, I can suggest you also to have a look to Hormuz crisis striker. Let's say this Hormuz, oh sorry, no, Hormuz crisis striker is a platform created to monitoring the situation in the Hormuz um, so in the Strait of Hormuz. So if we have different information, we can see, for instance, we have a dashboard here where you can see the global impact, 40 days closes, 9 critical points, and also you can just see here you have this kind of globe that you can click on it, you can see what is happening, like also the country that are affected or not. You can just check the different scenarios, like what could can happen, for instance, in the next 30 days, 60 days, and 90 days if the Strait of Hormuz will continue to be closed or partially closed. And you can also see the impact of different countries, like Sri Lanka is really critical or not. You can also compare. So Hormuz crisis tracker is really useful because uh, can support different companies operating in different fields like logistics and shippings, but also understanding the economic impact, and of this kind of trend. It's also useful when we study the economic impact, particularly in the field of geopolitics. Then I want to stress also that the conflict in the Middle East is influencing not only military operation, economy, but also the cyber world. And in this case, we have a SOC radar, Doc.io, which provide us information regarding the cyber threat intelligence and the cyber world related to the conflict between, for instance, Iran, in this case, Israel, and also the region. What is important is that if you want to see the major cyber attacks and the distribution, you can discover that according to this platform, according to the sources that collected by this platform, like the cyber attack method, the most used is the denial of sign. And then we have data leak. Then we have targeting or reconnaissance, and so on. So we can click on the threat landscape and we can discover that the several operations linked to the Iran-Israel conflict affect more Israel. And then we have a Kuwait, Bahrain, also Cyprus, Romania, and so on. Then also we can click on the threat actor intelligence where we can discover the different APT, advanced persistent threats, what they are doing, what are their TTPs, tactics, techniques, and procedures they are using, and we can investigate more what they are doing. So, and also we have a live Telegram feed that you can click on it, or live Twitter feed, where you can also discover the sources that are using to provide this kind of service. From this dashboard, from this City High Cyber Threat Intelligence dashboard, we can move to another one, which is more regarding the military intelligence. It's USA versus Iran. Here we can select a different area. We can discover also what is happening on the ground, what are the major airstrikes, the major events. It's another platform that you can use combined with Iran Watch, Iran Monitoring, and in this case, it's useful because you can compare, corroborate the sources and the information to provide solid intelligence. At the end, I want to suggest you also to have a look to Iranian Files, which is the project of Sylvia Baltuk, our managing director, which decide also to collect all the work that she has done in the last years regarding Iran, regarding also the Persian Gulf, and to open this Substack where you can find updated reports, also reports published in SpecialEurasia. You can find also some old reports to have a big pictures regarding Iran, regarding what is happening in the region. I would like to just thank you for attending this video.